everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Today's video is gonna be a fun one. I just really wanted to sit down and show you guys some makeup that I've been really excited about, some things I've really been loving lately, some things that just kind of get me excited when I use them. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to show you guys some good makeup today. If you're down for that, we're just gonna play with some makeup that I've really been liking. Some of it's new, some of it's not. Some of it's newish, some of it's being discontinued. R.I.P. Becca. R.I.P. Before we get into it, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel if you have not done that yet. Make sure that you also ring the little bell right below my video so that you can be notified when I upload videos. Make sure that you're also following me on social medias. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, the works. And that'll be popping up right here below me so you can follow me there and see what I'm up to on those. If you hear some crackling in the background, that's my wooden wick candles. I love them. They're the best. Convince me otherwise. You can't. Okay, let's get into it. Today, we are gonna start with the eyes. That's kind of just what I've been feeling sometimes lately. I don't know. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna prime my eyes real quick with my Smashbox 24-hour photo finish shadow primer. Okie dokie. I'm gonna wait for that to dry down. While I do so, I'm gonna prime my face, and I'm just kind of running through my little samples that I have of different things. I just don't want them to go bad, you know? Don't want to waste them. So I'm gonna be using the Ciate Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. This little deluxe sample that I just received at either Sephora or Ulta, I'm not really sure. I think Ciate is only sold at Sephora, so probably Sephora. But it's just a sample that I got with a purchase one time. Nothing big. It's a hydrating primer, so you know. I think I literally used this one time when I initially got it, and then never again. They have little black dots in it because it's supposed to look like watermelon seeds in it, if you can see, which is kind of weird. But I'm trying to like rub them in. Is it blending in? No, it just looks like dirt on my face. Some of them kind of blended in. I don't know about that. That's weird. But I will say this primer is very nice. If you're looking for a hydrating primer, this is a good one. It's pretty standard clear gel hydrating primer. For the eyes today, I mainly wanted to show you guys the new reformulated Moondust eyeshadows from Urban Decay that they just released the other week. They are really nice, and obviously these are a classic from Urban Decay. These are just a reformulation, repackaged version, but I really like them, and I picked up 3 shades. I have the classic Space Cowboy and Lithium, as well as Solstice, which is a really cool duochrome. But for now, I'm just gonna go into my Mario Master Mattes palette. Just put some mattes down on my eyes, you know? And I'm just gonna speed through this process because this palette regularly is something that I look forward to using. It's definitely become a staple for me. If you have to pick up one thing from his collection, this is the one, I think. Okay, I'm just gonna real quick build up some browns on my eyes and I'll be right back. Okay, moving into the actual Moondust eyeshadows. I have 3 shades, as I mentioned. I'm gonna swatch them for you guys, and then we will decide which one to use. Oof, they're so pretty. So sparkly. Here we have the 3 shades that I picked up. Oh, they're stunning. Stunning. Wait. I swatched. Yeah, I swatched Space Cowboy twice. Hang on. Wow. Okay, here they are. Starting from this side right here, we have the shade Lithium. And then we have Solstice here in the middle, which is a really cool duochrome that has it's red to blue to brown, kind of brownish. And in some lights I found it even looks kind of purple. And then we have the classic Space Cowboy, which is like a nude, almost transparent base with a lot of silver, white glitter in it, even some multicolor. And then I didn't talk about Lithium as much. Lithium, classic bronze, but not too warm, has some gold and silver reflect to it. Really nice. Now, which one will I put on my eyeballs today? They're all a very different kind of look. I mean, I really don't know. Hey babe, can you come here for a sec? So I have them here on my fingers so that you can like see. So I like hold them up to my eye, you know? So we'll do this one, or this one, or this one.
I'm between your pointer finger and your ring finger.
So either Space Cowboy or Lithium.
Space Cowboy. Actually, you know what? I really think that one on your middle finger would be interesting. Let's do that one.
Solstice?
Yeah.
Solstice.
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 Solstice. Yeah.
Like, you think that one?
Yeah.
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 So it's on there now.
It's on there now. All right.
Thanks for your input. Thanks for your help. Do you think it looks cool?
I do. I do.
Thanks.
Yo.
Go away.
Okay.
Love you.
I love you.
This really is interesting. It's kind of cool. I quite like his choice. Now these are really, really easy to apply with just your finger. And you can just get like a really, well, not super sheer, but I'd say sheerer than what it would be. Actually, I don't know about, I'm not as familiar with this newer formula, so let's just push it to its limit and see what we can do, huh? So that's just applied with my finger, and really, it's a really thin formula, very, very, very sparkly, really high impact. The way I think it's how fine the glitter is in these, it gives it kind of that wet look on the eyelids, which I love, especially with Space Cowboy. It looks like gloss on the lids. It's so pretty. I'll have to do sometime just like a where I literally only use Space Cowboy on my lid, and it just like, oh, it's so pretty. I'll just have to do that sometime. That's really like a summer kind of look. I'm excited about summer coming up. So let's test these a bit further. Let's try it on a brush and spray it and see kind of where we can get it, as far as if we can get it to be more intense than it already is, which I don't know how that's possible. It might just make it like more metallic. Let's see. I think it really just makes it more of like a liquid metal kind of looking finish. It's not making it any more intense than it already is, which is fine because this is quite intense as it is. Really cool, like blue shift. Oh, I love that. I love how it looks like that when it catches the light. I'm like obviously in the light, so it's hard for you guys to see otherwise. Oh, so cool. And you can see kind of when I turn to the side, how the blue just stays with the light. And then when I turn away from the light, you can just see how dark it kind of looks over there, just like that bronze, brown kind of shift underneath. Oh, so pretty. I love that. That's so cool. That's really cool. Okay, I'm gonna start with my lashes as I usually do, because I go in layers. I don't know why I'm doing like really intense southern accents today. It's a weird thing that's happening. Okay, so I just threw on a layer of mascara. By the way, I'm just using my Huda Beauty mascara, legit lashes. Time for the base. Okay, I'm so excited about this part because this is a foundation and concealer that I have been loving for the last few months. I picked this up in December, and I never known a love like this. What can I say? This is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation, as well as the Age Perfect Radiant Concealer, also from L'Oreal. This foundation, you guys, also this concealer. The stuff of dreams, of dewy, hydrated looking skin dreams. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna start applying it as I talk about it because I'll never stop. Has like that little squeezy tip to where I will just literally apply it like so. Yeah, I love that. In case you're wondering, I have the shade 25, but yeah, I am obsessed with this foundation. It's not only that it's dewy, there's something that it does to my skin it smooths out texture in a way, and I think it's because it's meant for more mature skin. So it's gonna smooth out the look of any texture or fine lines. It's not gonna sink into any of your fine lines. It literally, this stuff wears like so well. It is crazy. This is a little dark for me right now, but it'll be totally fine as I go along. Anyway, this foundation, I just was so surprised the first time that I wore this at how long it lasted on my face. The way that it looks at the very end of a long day. Oh my goodness. I don't know that I have another foundation that wears this way. The Urban Decay Hydromaniac comes kind of close as far as how it wears and how long it wears for, but man, this foundation is something else. I'd say it's a solid medium coverage. I like to do it in light layers like you just saw, blend out a small layer, add a bit more. That's how it goes. You can definitely build it up to a full coverage, no doubt. It's got a really nice amount of coverage to it. But for me, man, it's just the radiance, the sheer radiance of this thing. If you see this anywhere, you need to grab it, like right then. I mean, it just looks like healthy skin in a way that I don't think I have another foundation that looks quite like this. It just meshes with my skin. But for me, it was really the way that this wore. It's crazy. Look at this. My skin looks, I'm gonna zoom you in. We're going all the way in. Look at this. My skin looks so evened out. I mean, you can obviously see like where I had this large zit on my face. Like, well, that's because I don't really like it to be full coverage. I wear this to like at like a light medium coverage level. But man, the way, it just erases the texture on my skin. I don't understand how this is possible. This is like actual magic right here in a foundation, I tell you what. Literally anyone, if you see this foundation, please get it. As well as transitioning the concealer. Oh, just as creamy, just as radiant and beautiful. Perfection. Let's apply some. Oh, before we do that, I brought out a product that I'm upset about. You guys. So, I don't know if you've heard. You probably have, but if you haven't, I'm so sorry that you have to hear this news from me because this is upsetting, and don't be mad at me because I'm just a messenger of tragedy. Becca, as a brand, is closing down forever. They released a statement saying that with everything with COVID and just like the, you know, decline of their sales last year, they couldn't withstand it. And so the brand will be fully gone by the end of September of this year. It's very upsetting. There are a lot of staples from this brand that I love, including these two right here that I'm gonna use in this video today. You guys know my love for the Becca Undereye Corrector. And I also mentioned the Becca Opal highlighter in my favorite powder highlights and bronzers video. Luckily, this is my current one, and I've hit pan, and the moment I heard Becca was closing, I went and picked up another Opal highlighter. And I'm looking for another Becca Undereye Corrector to have one on deck because I need to have one on deck because I can't function without this. I have recently found a dupe from Milani. If you didn't see that in my last video, you should check that out. There's some hope. But I do just want another one of this so that I can have it and I will use it sparingly and with sadness in my heart. So that's that. I'm gonna use my Becca Under Eye Corrector on my under eyes. Here we go. So beautiful, so dewy, so sad. I just looked at my hair and I'm so sorry that you've been looking at this mess. of a bun. But you know, we're here to do makeup, not here. Getting back to the positive. So going into the concealer, I have the shade 205. And yeah, this concealer, same as the foundation. Wow, so beautiful, so creamy and hydrating. A really great amount of coverage with this. Just gonna spread this with my little brush first. Sometimes I just like to do that to really get the most out of my concealer, you know? And also there's always a lot of extra concealer on the brush. And so I'll use it on areas that need it, such as this zit that's forming on the end of my nose, the zit that's on my forehead right here, the necessities, and then I go on with my sponge. Beautiful. So dewy. So perfect. Okay, let's keep moving so I don't spend too much time in one place. I'm gonna quickly put a little bit of these matte browns on my lower lash line, and I'm gonna apply a little bit more mascara. And maybe I'll go ahead and do my brows because I don't really have any like exciting brow things. I'm just kind of, well, actually I do have one. I'll save that product to show you guys. So I'm gonna do those things and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back. I have done most of my brows, finished off my mascara, my lower lash line, all that jazz. I'm gonna stick a headband on because I'm about to go into some bronzer. I'm really excited about this bronzer. I've just been really into it lately. I just kind of forgot about it for a long time, I think. And then I just recently picked it back up because it's a cooler toned bronzer and I've been kind of leaning more towards cooler toned bronzers when in my paleness. I forgot how much I loved this one, I guess. This is the L'Oreal Lumi Bronze It bronzer. I have the lightest shade. There are 3 or 4 shades of this. This bronzer is perfect. It's perfect, I love it. It is obviously a huge pan, ton of product in here. And as you can see, as I kind of shift it, there is some glow to it. It's not fully matte, super pigmented, super blendable, really, really great. So I'm just gonna bronze up my face with it. Really just adds a nice amount of shape to my face, you know? So I like to do a nice general, with this bronzer specifically, bronzers that kind of double as like a contour shade for me, what I'll do is I'll just kind of do a general bronze all around the face kind of a thing. Take it under my chin a little bit. And then I will go in with like a smaller brush. In this case, the Hourglass brush that I use just has a smaller end on it, but just another powder brush that's, you know, more tapered for contouring. And I'll just use this in the spots that I contour just to add some further depth. Yeah, but this bronzer is just gorgeous. It's so nice and blendable. It really does act like a high-end, really expensive bronzer, honestly. If you see this in stores, you should snag it. This Lumi Collection, I guess it's technically still limited edition. This has been around for a few years though. For sure, maybe a couple years, but it's still available. I see it. I saw it in Walmart the other day. So the tones in this bronzer are just so nice. I've just kind of been obsessed with this bronzer lately. It's just all I've been using recently. That's what I've been really loving lately. So I did my tinted brow gel and pencil in my brows, but to do my clear final set of my brows, I've been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills new Brow Freeze. This is the Brow Styling Wax. It's just a clear pan. And all I do is I will just get up in there. And it even says in the directions to take what you get on your spoolie into the cap to kind of spread it evenly and to not have too much on it. And I'll just run that through my brows. And this is a really nice like spiking kind of wax, and I find that it holds quite nicely. So I first will just spike them up like that and then take the clean side of my spoolie and shape them. And the only thing with this is it does take away a lot of my pencil work that I do before this. But I also find that if I do my entire, if I waited and drew my brows in with my pencil after this, it's quite hard to get really in between my brow hairs with my pencil with this in there because it is a brow freeze. It will definitely freeze my brows into place. So before it fully dries down, I like to go back in with my pencil, reestablish some of that structure. There we go. We've kind of filled back in those little gaps. So there's the brows. So that's what I've been liking to set my brows in with lately. It's been really nice. It's still not the strongest holding clear gel that I have. Definitely the strongest holding is my Got to Be Glued hair spiking gel. That's definitely still the strongest hold that you can probably find, and also for a super cheap price. Okay, time to go in with some highlighter. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna be using my Becca Opal highlighter, RIP. And you can only see the pan there, but it is like thin down to the pan everywhere else. Which is why, as soon as I heard Becca was closing, went and picked up another one. Because there's just something really, really special about this formula. And it's a powder highlighter, and they're not my personal favorites, but you know that I really love it if I prefer it over some cream highlighters. The tone of this highlighter is just really, really special. I don't have anything else quite like it, which is why I went and picked up another one. I don't think I'm gonna put this on my inner corners. I think I just had a thought. What I'm gonna do is maybe take some Space Cowboy and put that on my inner corner. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just gonna take some of Space Cowboy on a little pencil brush. Let's see how that does. Yeah, really nice little sparkle. And I'm gonna kind of blend it into the color Solstice that's on my lid, just to transition those two. So I'm being quite liberal with my placement because I'm kind of going up into the inner part of my lid. Oh, so nice. I love that shade. Okay, let's go into blush, a blush that I've been loving lately. You guys already knew about it. I mentioned it in my recent blush favorites video. It is the Vive Sunset Blush, and I'm gonna be using the shade Piazza today. This blush, you guys, wow, it's so good. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just used a powder bronzer, highlighter, and blush. What's wrong with me? But this shade, you guys, ugh. See how I can just be so liberal with how I apply it, because it's just that really nice bronzy tone. And I like to go back in with my bronzer after and just kind of blend those together, because it is almost like a bronzer shade. And it's just such a nice, subtle nude shade. I find that in the camera it looks a little bit more intense than it does in real life. But you guys, it looks so pretty. I just realized I did not contour under my lip very well. Let me fix that. Okay. So that's the blush I've really been loving lately. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face since I've just been putting a lot of powder on there, which is wild for me. And I've really been liking my Porefessional Super Setter from Benefit. This has been really nice. It actually does quite remind me of the all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay. Make sure there are no brush hairs on my face, because there are right now. Okay. Okay, so moving on to lips. I've really been liking this lip liner that I picked up from Juvia's place the other day. I think these are newish. They're called the Luxe Liners. I have the shade Sweet Nothing. It's really, really, really pretty warm brown. Big surprise, I know. Yeah, yeah, really, really pretty warm nude brown. Gorgeous. Really been liking this. It's really nice and long wearing. They're at Ulta for a really nice affordable price. It's really pretty. For lipstick, something I've really been loving lately are the Nars Soft Matte Tinted Lip Balms. So I have 3 shades here, as you can see. I have the shades Intimate, Whiplash, and Brief Encounter. I'll go ahead and swatch them for you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna wear one of these today or not. But yeah, these are really cool. You guys know I love a glossy sheer lip balm. And these are that, but matte. And the Glossy Generation G lipsticks are also like this as far as the same finish. But I actually find them to be quite different. So here they are. This is Intimate, Whiplash, and then Brief Encounter. They're really nice warm nudes, but I find them to be quite different, as I was saying, from the Glossier Generation G lipsticks. These are much more creamy. The Generation G lipsticks are much thinner in formula. There are, I would say, more matte than these. These, as you can see, they have a little bit of a shine to them because they are a little bit creamier. So I'd say these have more of like a matte-ish balm finish. But either way, I quite like them. They are sheer. As you can see, they're not super full pigment. But it's really nice just to have something kind of different in that respect. I think I'm gonna put one of these on. I think I'll go with the shade Intimate, which is this one on the end. And as you can see, it just blends in with my lip liner pretty perfectly. Now, don't get me wrong, these aren't like a thick kind of feeling balm. They are still really, really thin. I just find that the Generation G ones are like way more matte and even thinner in formula, but these are quite comfortable and thin. They don't, what I do like is that they give a matte kind of finish, but they don't feel drying at all. So that's those. The last thing that I really wanted to talk about is something that actually took me by surprise quite a bit actually. I did not expect to love this product from this line. So I've been trying a few of the products from the new brand Merit. They just released a whole line. This is a brand new brand, and they also launched at Sephora as well. So I picked up a few things. I've been trying them out. And this was something that I just kind of picked it up offhand because I was trying a few, kind of like one from each category of their products. And I didn't expect for this to be the standout for me, but it is. This is their tinted lip oil, and I got the shade Au Naturel. It's a nice peachy nude. I don't know, let me try to describe this. The only thing I don't like about this product is how small the doe foot applicator is, because I have to dip in quite a few times to really coat my lips, you know? I like to just, you know, dip in one time and that be enough for my entire lips. But the doe foot's a bit small for me. But this is a very, very, very thin lip oil with a lot of pigment to it, but in a really effortless way. I could wear this without a lip liner or anything else on my lips, just this. And it's just this nice wash. It has a decent amount of pigment to it, so it doesn't look weird to just have this on the lips, but it is so comfortable. It is so thin. It is also very, very shiny. I don't know. I have quite a lot of other lip oils and obviously glosses, but this is just kind of different to the other ones. I kind of would like to pick up a darker shade and see how I feel and really test the pigmentation level, just because this is a nude. But yeah, I've really, really been liking this lately. That is my last current favorite kind of makeup I've just been excited about lately. Alrighty, well that is it for me today. These are just some makeup products that have just kind of piqued my interest quite a lot lately. Things that I've really been liking, things that I've just been really into, things that sometimes I have to force myself not to use, so I use the other makeup that I have and not just use these one individual products. I'm looking at you, L'Oreal foundation. Yeah, so that's kind of what I just wanted to do today, is just show you guys makeup that I'm just excited about right now, things that are just really fun. Oh, I did want to say we are at 100 subscribers now, and I just wanted to say thank you for all of you who have subscribed so far. If you haven't, what are you doing here at this point? How have you made it to this point in the video? But if you are that person and you haven't subscribed yet, but you're here listening to me say this, you should probably just go ahead and do it, because you've clearly been watching this whole video. So I just want to say thanks to all of you guys who have subscribed so far, all 100 of you. It's really cool just to kind of have that first seemingly small milestone, but it feels big for me. I'm just really thankful for you guys to just hear me kind of blab about makeup and things that I love. So thanks. And I will just see you guys in my next video. Bye.